Welcome back to A Closer Look. My guest, Lisa Coffer, Executive Director of United Way of Bristol. And so glad that you are here with me. And we've just been talking about a lot of things. But when you talk about United Way, people need to understand the money stays here.
Yes, absolutely. Certainly if someone is not from here and they want to, give back to their home United Way, we have a place on the pledge form where they can certainly do that. But if they don't designate, then it stays here locally. It all stays here. And that's what's another unique thing about United Way is there's nobody out there telling our community how to spend this money except people in our community.
Right.
And so who better to know what the needs are than the people that live here every day and make this their home. So that's one of the things. I've been with United Way for 19 years and never a dull moment for sure. And I love what I do because I feel like that we get to make our community a better place, and we get to see, the faces of the children and the families of relief when they go into an organization because, maybe they can't pay their rent or their electric bill or, whatever. Maybe they need food, and we refer them to the emergency food pantry. And that's another thing United Way does is help provide volunteers to go in and work the food pantry Monday through Friday. And we're very proud that our board and other volunteers are, not just out there, helping us raise money, but they're out there in the front lines making a difference too.
So you're always in need of volunteers.
Oh, always, absolutely. And in fact, we're getting ready. We've partnered with United Way of Kingsport to do something special for our volunteers to help us recruit more volunteers locally in Bristol and in Kingsport. And so there'll be more information on that in the next month or so. But, Bristol does not have a volunteer center anymore. We haven't had one for probably 20 to 25 years.
Right.
And we get a lot of calls from people who want to volunteer, and we only have a staff of 3, so we do our best to try to place those individuals. Do they want to do an hour a week, an hour a month? Do they want to come in 5 days a week? And try to match them with an organization that will meet their needs and vice versa. So we're excited. We'll be in a couple months to announce something for the communities that will help with that.
And a great thing is the folks need to know that United Way really watches these funds and makes sure that they're going into places that are going to help people and change lives.
Absolutely. And I mentioned earlier our evaluations and allocations teams that go out and review the agencies. We provide them with a lot of tools, our latest community needs assessment, other things that they can use to see what's most important to the people that live here. And for instance, it's difficult and to determine who deserves that money the most because they all do wonderful work or they wouldn't be a partner agency. And so, it makes it really difficult when our volunteers go out there and they see the work that's being done and there's just never enough money. But on the flip side of that, we're very, very blessed in our community that, every year our people step up and help us to meet our goal and exceed it. Some years are tougher than others. It depends.
Oh, yeah.
There's always a new set of challenges, and we like to look at it as that keeps things exciting. But, it is difficult when you're out there on the front lines and the money is needed so desperately. And, trying to get the word out to people how important it is and how easy it is.
Right.
They can mail us a check. They can, one of the other unique things to United Way is that a lot of businesses allow us to come in and run campaigns with their employees, and then the employees get to make a contribution that's deducted from their paycheck. And that's how I give my gift.
Right.
It's deducted from my paycheck because that's so much easier than, having to write a check once a quarter or something like that. And I don't even miss it. And that's the way I think most people feel, and they know that those dollars are being spent wisely.
Now, do you all have phone apps or anything available at this time?
Not at this time, we don't. But you can go to our website and, make a gift as well. And, we'll come by and pick something up. If you want more information, we can mail something out. You're welcome to come by our office at 315 8th Street, Bristol, Tennessee, and meet with me or talk with one of our staff, and we'll share with you all the things that are going on.
Incredible. Talk about a theme this year? Have you come up with that yet?
Well, we do, but I can't share that with you right now. My communications team might be upset with me, but we will actually unveil our theme along with the other United Ways at our regional kickoff in August. And let's just say our campaign chairman this year is Carolyn Farrell, and Carolyn is with the Robinette Company in Bristol and has been on our board for quite a while, and we're just so excited to have her leadership. And this was a theme that's near and dear to her heart. So she worked with our communications team, which is a wonderful group of folks locally that helped us put everything together, and so we'll announce that.
I know the economy kind of runs cyclical, but do you find that it's easier or harder now to raise funds and get people to give?
Well, in my years that I've been at United Way, I have seen a lot of things change, and I have to say that it's definitely much more difficult. One reason, there's a lot more agencies out there asking for the same money, and you know, most people have a limited amount of funds that they can give, you know, to philanthropic causes, and so, you know, we have to make sure that we're out there showing every day why United Way is so important and why it's so critical. I had a volunteer, I'm sure you remember Jeff Bird,
right,
with Bristol Motor Speedway, and Jeff was on my board for years and a personal friend. And one of my favorite sayings that he used to say was that you could determine the strength of a community by the strength of their United Way. Mm-hmm. How well do we take care of our friends and neighbors in need? And that to me just says it all, because Bristol and our region does a great job of taking care of our friends and neighbors in need, but those needs continue to grow. And you know, a lot of our agencies are wonderful at helping us raise that money, but we're not able to raise the amount of money that they all need either. So they have to do fundraising, you know, outside of the campaign time. And so I just think it's gotten more difficult because of all those reasons.
And the fact that homelessness is not going away, hunger is not going away, that need is still in the community, and it's something that a lot of times I think people get to the point where they kind of forget about it or put it out of their mind,
right,
but it's still here and the need gets greater and greater each day.
It does, and you know, I mentioned earlier our Family Promise of Bristol program that helps house our homeless families with children. You know, it is amazing to me the number of children that don't know where they're going to spend the night, and so we're very thankful that we're able to, you know, provide financial support and other resources to our community like that. We work very closely with our school systems in order to identify those kids and to be able to help, whether it's, you know, a place to stay or, you know, being able to have food or whatever that is. And so we're constantly working with those guidance counselors and school board people to make sure that we have the programs and services available that are needed.
Talk about reading buddies.
Reading Buddies. Wow, I smile really big when I talk about Reading Buddies. It is an initiative of Bristol, Virginia and Bristol, Tennessee City Schools and a partnership with us. We provide marketing for them and we'll be providing some financial support in the future, but it works with local volunteers to go in once a week for 30 minutes and read with a kindergartner, first grade or second grade child. Statistics show, and I'm not an educator, so I don't claim to know those statistics by heart, but statistics show that kids that go into third grade reading on a third grade or above level are much more successful than children that don't.
Right.
And so this program starts with our kindergartners and works with them, and our volunteers that go out, they're not teaching these children to read. We have wonderful teachers that do that. They're basically developing a relationship with them. And not only are they helping them, you know, to spend some time with them, but a lot of the kids that identify needing a reading buddy, you know, they need to see a positive role model in their life as well. And it shows them people that, you know, are working every day and, you know, are taking time away from their job, and their employees are allowing them to do that, to go and spend time with them. And so it is just a phenomenal organization, and we're just proud to be a part of it.
There's lots of services out there. The Family Wise prescription drug discount card.
Yes.
How does that work, and what does that do?
Well, it is a partnership between United Ways nationally and Family Wise, and we have discount cards at our office. We try to give those out periodically to our agencies in order for them to get them in the hands of their clients. We provide them to our school systems, to clinics, to anybody that wants them. It is not based on income. Anybody that needs to buy a prescription can have one of these cards.
Awesome.
And there's a website you can go to once you get the card and be able to look and see if it will give you a discount on your prescription. It doesn't work on everything, but I've personally used it and have been able to save my family some money by using that card. And it's free. All they need to do is come by our office. We can give them one or pick up one at one of our agencies.
Now, let's talk again about the Week of Caring, what all of that involves. I know that's something dear to your heart.
It is. We are just excited to kick off next Monday morning with a breakfast, and we will have over 40 projects in Bristol alone being accomplished by several hundred volunteers. And this started years ago, about 24 or 25 years ago, when a local business wanted to have a way for employees to be able to better see what our agencies do. So then when they, you do this in the summertime, and then when we go into campaign, they can go back and tell their
Right.
co-workers, wow, I was at Abuse Alternatives today and you're not going to believe what they do, or I was at Boys and Girls Club today, and get them excited about it, and hopefully help the campaign. And what it's evolved into is a regional effort with Johnson City, Kingsport, and Elizabethton, where each community has volunteers and businesses that allow their employees to go out and adopt projects at different businesses. And it could be a landscaping project, it could be a painting project,
Right.
or it could be taking a group of kids to the bar or theater. So we're
Awesome.
excited about it.
Well, I do appreciate you sharing everything about United Way, and when it comes around and any time during the year that you want to give, make sure you do that to United Way of Bristol. Lisa Cover, glad to have you here.
Appreciate it.